It was horrifying. It's really hard to, like, when you're in that moment, it's something you never really have expected to see.
Afraid we were going to get washed away because it seemed to be moving very fast.
I took a couple of baskets out to family and friends that I knew of. As it snowballed on Facebook, people from all across Queensland were getting involved.
There's nothing extraordinary about where I'm standing. I'm in behind the shops in the city of Toowoomba here in Queensland. It's an area where people around here work in the offices and they park their cars here during the day. And on my left is East Creek. It's a gully, a stormwater drain here in Toowoomba. But all of that changed on the 10th of January, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And what happened here was seen by people across Australia and around the world.
Oh, mate, don't, just let it go.
I returned to work on Monday the 10th after my Christmas holidays, and I was just making a lot of phone calls that day, just reconnecting with staff. And as I was making the calls, I just was watching out my office window and watching this little creek as the rain was just hammering down, and the water was just rising and rising, and it got to a point where it was higher than I'd ever seen it in my years here in Toowoomba. And I just pulled out my phone and started filming.
So as you're filming, you're seeing cars getting washed down this creek. What was it like for you watching that unfold?
It was horrifying. It's really hard to, like, when you're in that moment, it's something you never really have expected to see or dreamed to see in your life. And you know, you can tell from what I'm saying, it's shock, really. I mean, you cannot make what is going on what you're seeing make sense in your head. We really had no idea that this was going on elsewhere. I mean, I just thought it was the little creek out the back of work, and it was only afterwards when the rain stopped and the water started to come down and we were able to talk to some people around the place and hear on the news just how big this disaster was.
As we weep for what we have lost, and as we grieve for family and friends, and we confront the challenge that is before us, I want us to remember who we are. We are Queenslanders.
The summer of 2010-2011 will be remembered as our summer of sorrow.
What happened when I uploaded it to the internet, and it started going viral, and people all over the world started to be captured by this vision. I have never uploaded a clip to YouTube in my life, and this was the first one I'd ever done, and simply for the purpose of showing some work colleagues in Brisbane. And I was in the process of writing an email to them to say, you know, pray for us. This is what we've just been through. When the internet went crazy, when, you know, Twitter and Facebook and links to my video were flying everywhere.
How many people have watched it?
I think it's about 7 million.
After the break, we hear how David leads a team that provides ongoing support for the flood-affected community.